Donna Hopkins, Pro Football Plus, out here at Commanders headquarters as they get ready for their second preseason game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, in that game, we're probably going to see the starters either for a quarter or a half before that last preseason game against the Baltimore Ravens. Now, when you look at this team on the offensive side of the ball, the wide receiver room is wide open. And a couple of veteran receivers I've been watching that's trying to make this team is KJ Osborne, who they bought here late last season, and also Michael Gallup, who has stepped away from football. So I got a chance to catch up with both of them and also to hear from Coach Quinn on what he sees in both of these players in trying to make this roster. What have you seen from KJ Osborne that you bought here late last year and also Michael Gallup so far, those two veterans?
Yeah, and I think we talked about KJ during the spring. I just felt his speed right off the bat. And sometimes as you're coming through on a team, it's later and it's just not as easy. But what I did notice was in this spring, I feel his speed. And then we added the return element with him. He's got a punt return background. So that's what I've seen from him. And then from Michael, we've always seen, the deep ball connections, the deep outbreaking routes. And so to see him regain his strength and regain some of the momentum, that's been good for us.
Here with KJ Osborne. I had to wait for him a little bit because he was getting in some extra work after practice. KJ, you came to this team late last year, and you've been able to get your feet really wet now through OTAs, training camp now, first preseason game. How do you see yourself fitting in with this team now since last year you had a little taste with this team?
I feel like I'm a chess piece. I feel like I can play anywhere. I think that's one of my specialties, to be able to play inside, outside, either position. And just really, I think that's where my flexibility comes in. So really wherever the team needs me. But I feel like I've always been comfortable in my career playing all three spots.
Yeah, that's the thing that Coach Quinn talked about, is that you can play all spots, which makes it valuable with that wide receiver room being wide open.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's something I've learned early in my career. I think I learned that back in college. And, when a coach can look at you to fill all three spots, when you study in the playbook to know all three spots, again, that just increases your value.
What did you learn? And he talked about the speed, too, as far as that. He said when they looked at the OTAs and everything, they just saw that speed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's just something I've always focused on. I think it's funny because me and my father, we always laugh because coming out of the combine, everybody thought I was slow. Everybody thought I was going to run 4.6. And I ran 4.4 twice, and then everybody's like, oh, now I'm a speedster. So, I think it's something that we laugh about, but I'm grateful for it.
What are you running now?
Now, yeah, I'm still probably in that 4.4 range. I think I clocked 21.7, a couple weeks ago, so I'm still running.
You see that? Speed got over here. What did you learn last year as you came to this team and, the process that you took from last year, learning this team a little bit, into this year? Yeah,
I think it was really different for me. Not to get too deep, but it was a lot more spiritual for me than it was, like football. I think I've always, been a disciple of the Lord, but I think, it just took me to a season of, where I really had to depend on him. Again, not to get too deep.
No,
but,
I want you to get deep. But you're speaking my language.
But it was a little different for me. But I just tried to steward it. I tried to steward it. I tried to steward what the Lord has given me. At the end of the day, this is a job that I've dreamed of since I was 7 years old, and I get to come out here and play the game of football, play a kid's game, and take care of my family. So I'm grateful for it. I steward it, and all the ups and downs of the career. I know where I'm anchored. So I think that's what it really taught me, and I need them going here on out.
What was the Bible verse that you pulled on through that process?
Oh, the whole book.
No, I feel you.
That's a good question. I have so many verses that were written on my wall. I think one verse would be I think it's in Galatians. I don't know if it's in 3 or 6, but the righteous shall live by faith. Mm-hmm. And what faith is, it's the evidence of things hoped for, and not things not seen. So it's like what I've seen in front of me, what my situation was, relying on the Lord, who's control over that situation and not the situation. I play in the NFL. It's 1% of people to get here. So what I've seen the Lord do in my life, time and time again, through all the ups and downs. I wasn't a big star recruit. I had one offer, and I made it here. The Lord, brought me here. So just kind of looking back on, what he's done for me before. The Bible says, he's never seen the righteous forsaken nor his children begging for bread. So, I'm well fed. My family's well fed. I have a nice car and a nice house. And I've been able to do mission trips, and I've seen what people that in need really have. So I'm really grateful for what I have. And again, I just try to steward it. And lastly, the Bible says, seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, and everything will be added unto you. So that's what I try to do. I wake up in the morning, I give my word, I pray, I come out here with a clear mind, and the Lord take care of the rest.
Trust in the process.
Trust in the process. That's all it is.
And my last question is, first preseason game is over. Got your feet wet a little bit in that one. Second preseason game is coming. What is the key thing for KJ Osborne?
Yeah, just to perform and make plays. I mean, that's just to do my job. My job as a receiver is to get open and catch the ball, and to block. Whatever else. My role on special teams, and to be a great teammate. So I think that's all I look to go out there and do. Not do anything special, be Superman. Just be me, and I think that's what got me.
I was here with Michael Gallup. We're getting ready to head into the second preseason game. Talk to me about how you felt that you're doing out here. You're a veteran that comes in here. Talk to me about going through the first preseason game and just this training camp with this team.
Oh, it's definitely been fun. It's been different for sure, because I was with one team my whole career, but then coming in here, but it's definitely fun. They treat everybody in here like family. But preseason game-wise, the first one, I had to knock some rust off, but this second one, I'm going in there hungry for sure.
As you knock some of the rust out and everything, what have you found out about yourself stepping back into football again?
I'm still pretty athletic. Put it out. Still pretty athletic. I was over there trying to retire, and I still had a little bit more juice left. So definitely excited about that. But like I said, it's just been fun to get back out here, be in the locker room with the guys. I appreciate DQ, to the most for letting me come back, because a lot of folks don't get that chance.
Just looking at your game at this time, Coach Quinn talked about as far as just the speed is still there, but this wide receiver room is wide open. How do you see yourself fitting into this wide receiver group?
Honestly, I just got to play to my strengths. Obviously I've been a deep ball guy for the longest, but I got to put some more out there on the table, tell them I can do a little bit more. That's what I'm working on, just being more, versatile, playing in different spots, trying to, and then just having fun doing it.
Do you think that is key, being able to play in multiple slots as far as, up the field, a slot, and all of that makes you even more valuable? Like you said, you felt that you had more in the tank.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. If you can play different spots on this field, you're doing something right. You're doing something right, because if somebody goes down, you can just fill in whenever, wherever. So get in where you fit in. That's the motto. Get in where you fit in. But if you can play multiple positions, you're going to be in the league for a long time.
And what is key as far as you coming to this team? What have you seen? You spoke a little bit earlier about what you saw in this team, but being with the team for most of your time, how does this team stack up with this coaching staff, and how you see this group here coming to the Commanders?
Oh, it's definitely a fun group. It's a young group, but you also got some vets out here. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely a vet now, so I get to talk to the young bulls a little bit different. But football is football. I enjoy the locker room in Dallas. I enjoy the locker room here. It's just ball when you step out here, and I enjoy that. I'm just glad to be out here.
Hey, Michael, I try to get people to know players a little better outside of just football. What do you want the Commander fans to know about Michael outside of football?
Michael outside of football? Honestly, I'm just a chill guy. I don't do a whole lot. I just hang out with my little boys. I got a 3-year-old and a 5-month-old. Just chilling, ain't a whole lot to do. I come out here and work, and then when I go home, I'm vibing. That's it.
What are some of the things as far as favorite foods? I try to all those things. Can you cook? And what is your favorite dish to cook if you do?
Favorite dish to cook? I'm pretty much like every other dude. I'm going to get on the grill and throw a steak on there, put some potatoes out there for you. Other than that, you'll probably catch me at the lake fishing or something like that, catching some swamp donkeys.
Swamp donkey.
That's what we call everybody down in Georgia, swamp donkeys.
Everybody is fishermen on this team. I think I talk to everybody and they fish.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a pro fisherman when I'm actually done with the league. I'm gonna be a pro fisherman.
Oh, okay. We'll see him out on the lake, out on the river, and all that. Second preseason game coming in here against the Bengals. What is key for Michael Gallup?
Just consistency, doing the little things right, being in the right spot for the QBs, making them right. That's all I got to do. Just do your job. That's it.
And Jayden Daniels, what do you think about your QB?
Man, hell of a ball player. I'm excited for him. Just know that. I'm excited for him. He's fun to watch. He's fun to play with. He's a great dude on and off the field. He does exactly what he's supposed to do.
Okay, fans, you got to know Michael Gallup, number 12, a little better. Well, there you hear from KJ Osborne and Michael Gallup, two guys that's trying to make this roster. They got to play in that first preseason game, and they know that this game is important for them. Each game opportunity for them to make this roster where the wide receiver room is wide open. These two veterans is hoping that they can show something. As I said, Michael Gallup stepped away from football and then he came back in and he said that he feels like he still has something in the tank. And KJ Osborne, he played multiple positions, as he said, and I think that is going to be key for him, a speed guy. Both of these are speed guys. KJ, plays special teams also. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all shapes up. You know, Terry is still not here, but this gives these guys more opportunity to show what they can do. So Donna Hopkins out here at Commanders headquarters as we get ready for the second preseason game against the Cincinnati Bengals.